on campus.
Welcome into a beautiful afternoon here from Rose-Hulman University. We've got back-to-back a doubleheader of soccer action for you today. Senior day for both the women's and men's soccer program. These seniors for Rose-Hulman, 34, 11, and 12 overall in their 4 seasons. Let's head on down to the PA for today's senior announcements.
Today's second senior is Kira Hicks. Kira has appeared in 57 games with 16 starts during her career. She currently ranks 6th in career goals with 24, 9th in career points with 60, and 10th in game-winning goals with 6. The second team HCAC honoree in 2022 is a member of the Tri-Delta sorority, a Noblet Scholar, the president of American Society of Civil Engineers, and a member of the Rose-Hulman track and field team, where she earned USTF CCCA all-region honors in the indoor triple jump, where her mark of 37 feet 9 1/4 inches ranks 2nd in school history. Hicks is joined today by her parents, Dan and Megan Hicks, and her sister, Hannah. Ladies and gentlemen, Kira Hicks.
I just lost all my service, so that's okay.
Today's third senior is Caroline House. Caroline has appeared in 41 games with 9 career starts and has career totals of 1 goal, 2 points, 20 shots, and 1,600 minutes of action. The biomedical engineering major is a Dean's List honoree, a Noblet Scholar, and a member of the Tri-Delta sorority. House is joined today by her parents, Rosalind and Mark House. Ladies and gentlemen, Caroline House. Today's fourth senior is Kiana Martin. Kiana has appeared in 56 games with 42 starts for her career, with totals of 7 goals, 10 assists, and 52 shots. The 2022 second team All-H is the president of Engineers Without Borders. Martin is joined here today by her parents Aurora and Wes Martin. Ladies and gentlemen, Kiana Martin. Today's fifth senior is Tracy Orchera. Tracy has appeared in 29 games with 3 starts in her career with totals of 2 goals, 1 assist, and 19 shots. The 2-time academic All-HCAC honoree is a 9-time Dean's List honoree and holds a perfect 4.0 GPA. The chemical engineering major is also a Bogart Scholar and a member of Omega Chi Epsilon. Orgera is joined today by her parents Thomas Orgera and Maureen Vaughn Orgera, and her sister Caitlin. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy Orgera. And our 6th and final senior is India Clark. India has appeared in 33 games at Rose-Hulman with totals of 4 goals and 3 assists in her career.
You're good at making big announcements. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person, and stop knocking on wood.
We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN. We encourage you to follow us on Twitter at IndianaSRN. Find upcoming games, video highlights, and much more. Follow us now at IndianaSRN.
All right, we're back here from Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, RHIT.TV, the Fighting Engineers. The ladies on their senior afternoon with a 2-0 advantage here as we start the second half of HCAC play. Tony Donahue, Rory Billing with you. IndianaSRN, 12 shots on goal in that first half for Rose. And really, the excitement level of that last 15 seconds, Rory, really set the tempo and gave Rose-Hulman the momentum heading into halftime.
Absolutely. You do feel a lot better about 2-0 up than 1-0 up if you're Rose. Although they do say on the other side 2-0 is the most dangerous lead in soccer. So you certainly don't want to start this half playing too much defense. Doesn't look like that's what Rose is doing here, continuing to press the ball forward and looking for that third goal.
So good opportunity there. A little bit wide. Bluffton maintains. The Beavers bounce it out. Let's take a look back of that first half. Lily Dory with the one save, the one shot on goal for Bluffton. Goals for the Fighting Engineers. They had 12 total shots, 7 were on target. They had 2 corners. We talked about possession, Rory. 65% offensive possession in that first half. That's about as dominant as it gets.
Those are Manchester City numbers.
Yeah. So Rose in their own territory, and Collier will take it.
I believe both goals in the first half scored by seniors on senior day, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, Kyra Hicks got it started with the header. Then Orgura got it with a deep boot, the lefty. Really, Rory, as time expired there to send us into halftime.
Really was. It was very well taken, beautifully struck ball. Collier didn't really have much of a shot in goal for Bluffton. Somewhat of a backbreaker really going into halftime for Bluffton. They played good defense for most of that first half. Clearly expected to be going in, down 1-0 by the time you get to the last sort of 5 minutes of that half, and unfortunately for them, just a very well-timed strike.
Riley Heasley credited with the assist on that first goal. She played all 45 minutes of that first half, as did Dory. Obviously, Marquardt, who we've talked about a lot, has done a great job of controlling things. Fodder with 45 minutes played, as well as Allie Smith in that first half of play for the Fighting Engineers of Rose-Hulman.
You saw a lot of Marquardt going down the left side there. Did a great job. Played all 45 minutes, as you said. Expect a lot more of that coming in this half. So
this one goes out, and the first real opportunity of the second half deep in Rose-Hulman's territory. We'll see Bluffton with the throw in here. We'll see what the Beavers can do with it.
This is a good start to the second half for Bluffton. I mean, you didn't really see them in this position for probably the first, 20-25 minutes of the first half. So it's good for them to have this scoring chance right off the jump.
Here's the boot in the air. The header goes wide. And I believe it was not deflected, so we'll have a goal kick here. What's the difference in the mindset of trailing 1-0 where you're going, all right, we just need one to get this back to a tie, compared to being down 2-0 where, you know, there's still 40 minutes on the clock, but the sense of urgency is going to really have to ramp up.
The biggest difference is if you're down 1-0, you can steal one on a counterattack. So if you feel like you're getting pressed offensively and you're surviving a little bit defensively, that's okay. You can still sit back for the first 20, 25 minutes, hope for an opportunity on a quick counterattack, you know, catch the other team by surprise. When you're down 2-0, you really have to press a little bit earlier. You can't really wait for that counterattacking goal. You've got to expect it's going to take some doing to get two, especially when you didn't score in the first half. So I think you've got to be much more aggressive from the opening whistle in the second half.
So Collier with a big boot here. Takes both players on the run, both number 6s.
I like that from Collier. And, you know, you got a bit of a difference in wind. I think you're already seeing that.
Yeah.
You know, the goal kicks in punts in the first half, much more challenging. You know, this half you'll see a little bit more of that. Should provide some more space for these Bluffton forwards to run into. Should make things a little bit, you know, more challenging for the Rose defenders with that ball coming at them.
And a really clean first half of play. We didn't see too many penalties, or we didn't see any penalties, but only a couple skirmishes, but a very clean first half for both sides.
I think what's interesting, if you're the men's soccer teams and you're watching this and you're coming up here ready to play in just a little while right after this game, the win factor is you should be having an eye on that. I mean, you're seeing how that's affecting this game, even in the first few minutes of this second half. More possession for Bluffton in the attacking third, and I have to believe the win's a huge factor in that.
So very aggressive there with the shove. Orgura, who has a goal. We'll see what they call here. It'll be a throw-in for Bluffton. They'll just push her down a little bit further. And dangerous here for Rose. Just trying to clear it out. They will. And off to the races go the Engineers. Good boot forward.
Camille Clark playing very well out of the back there. It's strong challenge, took the ball, picked out the appropriate place to go there in the forward to Alex Adams.
Yeah, in 38 minutes, is it more important here, Rory, to just keep that clock winding, or is it more important to get up 3-0 and be a little bit more aggressive here to get up 3-0?
I mean, 38 minutes is an eternity. I don't think if you're Rose, you change anything. You were doing a great job offensively in the first half. You know, these passes, one-touch passes, progressing the ball quickly. I don't think you change anything.
And this one shot forward right into the hands of Collier. So she'll get a chance for another boot. The last one was probably, I would say, her best of the day. Got deep. And this one with some hang time as well. Bounces back and forth, and Rose maintains. So the Engineers leading 2-0.
Yeah, Kester there trying to get on the end of that one. I'd say it's similar. It's interesting. You know, the ball's going much further, so it takes a second to adjust to that, I think. You're used to in the first half the ball landing, you know, kind of much closer to the goalie. Now you're starting to see consistently the ball flying a little bit further off of the goal kick or off of the punt. So you'd like to see the Bluffton midfield push a little bit farther forward and give, you know, Kester an opportunity to distribute that ball once it comes down to her feet.
So substitution here. Clara Matthews will check in, the Bluffton, Ohio native, staying home to play her college soccer. So we go back and forth a little bit here. 9.5 minutes gone by. Second period of play, 36:20 remaining. On a beautiful senior afternoon here from Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology. RHIT.TV 2-0 in favor of the girls. And look out there, right to the kisser.
Man, that always hurts. It's happened to me a few times. I used to wear rec specs growing up, and they popped off a few times from that.
Well, that's a layer of protection, though.
Good for her popping right back up and getting back in the game.
A little bit of a stinger. They feel a little bit better, though, when it's 65 and sunny out than
they certainly
if
do.
It was 42. The old baseball, you know, under 50 degrees, you're going to get some sting off that bat. And Rose-Hulman with it. haven't really attacked the net too much here in this first stanza of the second half. See what Johns can do. Boots it forward. Adams with it. Get some spacing.
It's good, strong play by Adams to hold the ball up there.
And a nice job by Masters to boot it away and catch back up. So Masters has done a pretty good job here defensively. What do you need?
Talk to me on top of that. And, I need either your phone or her phone number.
Oh, you need her number?
Yeah. It's on there.
So Rose-Hulman with an opportunity here with the corner coming up. And we've seen it early, especially in that first half. They had 2 opportunities at it. As Marquardt will boot it forward here. See if she can find Caroline House waiting for it. Or Alex Adams. Booted off the head and just wide. An opportunity there from Choi. Just goes wide.
Yeah, Rose has some great targets in the middle. That looked like Megan Fodor coming up from the back, getting in the box, trying to get on the end of that one. You had Kira Clark scoring off a header in the first half. They definitely have a size advantage there in the box, so that strategy, bringing the ball down the sides, whipping it in, earning a corner, whipping that in, clearly has been working. You'd expect to see as much of that in the second half as possible.
So great defense here from Garcia. We'll see if it can turn into some offense as Rose on the run. And the Engineers with a 2-0 lead.
Emma Johns with a nice move there. I don't know if we've mentioned her yet. Good composure on the right side, bringing the ball back in the middle, creating some opportunity.
The center batted around. Ball up for grabs. And it'll go over to Bluffton on the corner kick, or excuse me, for the goal kick for the Beavers. 33 minutes to go. 2-0 the advantage here on RHIT.TV. The Fighting Engineers of Rose-Hulman leading 2-0 on Senior Day for the ladies on a beautiful afternoon from Terre Haute, Indiana. Tony Donahue, Rory Billing with you. 2-0 the score. It was a last-second goal to go into halftime. The difference so far. But Rory has mentioned, Bluffton showing a little bit more sense of urgency here in the second half. And it starts with these goal kicks. They've been getting a little bit further down the field as we go.
They have been. And what's interesting is you're seeing Rose counter with bringing Camille Clark a little bit back, dropping her back deeper than she was playing in the first half. Clearly confident with the ball at her feet. Just giving them another option, in the back line of defense to counter. The ball really, going further on these kicks, starting those possessions off deeper into Rose territory there.
So a great boot there. Bluffton will maintain a battle for it, and Johns does a great job to clear it. We'll take it right back, and we'll try to set up the offense. And Rory, we've seen it. This Rose-Hulman team, with 13 shots on goal, there are so many different ladies out here that can beat you. It's been a total team effort, up 2-0. We've called a lot of ladies' names here this afternoon, really making a difference in this one.
Absolutely. I mean, the quickness with which they're winning the ball back, you can't do that unless you have a full team effort, getting to the ball defensively, supporting each other. You're seeing that really all over the field here today from the Fighting Engineers.
So Boots centered forward to midfield by Doré. She's got one save on one shot on goal. And a turnover here at center. Bluffton will win it. But again, Rory has mentioned, when they get it on their side, it's just defender after defender swarming the ball for Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, absolutely. Emma Johns and from Rose and Claire Matthews there from Bluffton, fighting it out on the sideline. But you're right. There's not really a lot of time for the Bluffton midfielders or forwards to receive the ball, turn, find space, find an attacker. Good job by Rose stepping up and applying pressure.
So Masters will check out after taking a shot to the hip earlier in this half. Bluffton with the boot. Centered. 50-50 ball won by Rose. Choi. Johns. And couldn't keep it in bounds there, so Bluffton will take over possession with a half hour to play here. In this one, it's been all Engineers with a 2-0 lead.
It's a beautiful touch by Choi there. Never easy to receive the ball and just flick it out wide. You're always worried about that going out of bounds, so well done by her.
I'd be worried about just keeping it in the play, in the game, in the playing field. Mine would probably end up out there in the parking lot.
You'd probably be worried about whether you're offsides or not.
I wouldn't even know if I was. Actually, I would. I've played enough FIFA in my day. I know what's going on a little bit. Another throw-in award to the Bluffton. And the defense of these Engineers, there immediately. Might have been a handball there, no call. And Bluffton will just boot it away. Vernon sends it deep.
Yeah, probably 50-50 there. Ellerbrock did manage to bring it down. I think that ball sort of hit her armpit-ish area, which gets a little gray sometimes, not technically a handball.
Johns right back. Maybe a little bit of keep away here. Time on the side of the Engineers on senior day.
Yeah, once again, I think one of the biggest differences you're seeing and the reason for the 2-0 difference is there's just a lot of composure on the ball from Rose, especially in even in defensive areas where the pressure's coming down. You're always a little bit more nervous keeping the ball at your feet. A lot of composure, picking out the right pass.
Yeah, and in halftime it was a 65% to 35% possession total for Rose, and I honestly thought when I saw that, Rory, that was a little low. I thought it was going to be high 70s, maybe even early 80s. It didn't seem like Bluffton controlled the ball too much in that first half. Certainly not 35%, obviously 50-50 balls back and forth. But Rose really, from the get-go, they had 2 shots on goal in the first 8 or so minutes, has really controlled the tempo of this one. So Kyra Hicks, who got the scoring started on senior night, set the check back in. Senior day, senior night, senior afternoon, it's all about the seniors.
Another shot on goal there for Bluffton. Good job by Doré.
Yeah, good opportunity there on their second shot on goal, but just not enough behind it. As Choi checks out, Kyra Hicks will check back in. She had that header. At the 28-minute mark of that first half. They added one right before half. And this one will slither in bounds into the hands of Collier.
Good play on both sides there. Specht holding her ground, staying strong. Kiana Martin trying to get around her with some speed.
Collier boots it. And Rose right there. It's almost like a magnet to the ball. Whenever that ball takes a couple of hops or is 50-50, it winds up being controlled by Rose-Hulman.
Yeah, Carolyn House is doing a really good job of anticipating when that ball comes to the ground where it's going to go next and being there to collect it.
A nice clearance there, just a little bit too much in front of Martin. And Ella Johnson will check back in as Caroline House will check out the senior. More than likely, Rory, as we talked about, these ladies will see one more home game here in Terre Haute if all goes well when it comes to the HCAC tournament.
That'd be great. Really, something to really look forward to potentially for the Rose team. Definitely something to play for here. Having that first home game would really be key in the tournament.
So Hicks controls it off to the races. At 6'2", you're not going to win a race with her.
You can see her put her hands to the face there. She did a great job of carrying the ball through midfield. Knew that she had the pass there, just didn't quite get it in the right spot.
Garcia with a turnover. Shot towards the goal. Diving for it is Doré and gets in front of it. So an opportunity there goes for naught.
I think that's the first time we've seen Doré have to go to the ground to make a stop. Good job by her controlling that. Never easy to control that ball coming in. Not leaving any leftovers there for the Bluffton team to grab.
And here we go. Rose-Hulman with a real opportunity here. Adams shoots. Goal! Finds the left side of the net and squeaks it in off the post. And with 25 minutes to play, Rose goes ahead 3-0. And a nice opportunity there in space. And finds the corner of the net for the third Fighting Engineer goal of the afternoon.
Yeah, beautiful transition there from defense to offense for Rose. You love to see that ball comes all the way out from the back from Doré up the right sideline. Alex Adams picks it up towards the center of the field. Knows that she's got the goalkeeper beat in the bottom left corner and puts the ball exactly where she wants. Great job, really, from the entire team on that goal.
Yeah, that really started right here in front of us, saving the ball that the Bluffton sideline thought was out. And that really kind of got the transition a little bit shaky for Bluffton. That led to the goal.
I think that was Jaden Gibson, saving that ball.
So throw in for Bluffton, 24:30 remaining, trailing 3-0. So over the last two contests for these two opponents, same score in last year's game, 3-0 is the final Rose, as the Fighting Engineers are looking to possibly add more here over this final 24 and change.
Yeah, just going back to that goal too, Alex picking that ball up, knew exactly what she was going to do with it the entire time, knew where that bottom corner was, took her space, waited really until, the right moment to take that shot, didn't take it too early, didn't wait too long.
There's a corner kick, booted, controlled, bat of the round, and a nice job by Collier to slide in there and maintain possession and not allow Rose-Hulman to have a second chance opportunity there.
The old pinball game.
So Bluffton with it, trying to get some offense going here.
Yeah, so now for Bluffton, everything changes. I mean, you have to throw everything you've got at trying to score goals. 3-0 deficit with 23 to go is a challenge. You're really hoping for one here in the next 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, easier said than done when you haven't scored a goal against this team in 2 years. Here's an opportunity. Gibson centers. And just not enough behind it there for Kyra Hicks, looking for her second of the afternoon. Just couldn't get enough foot behind it.
Yeah, good job there by Gibson, picking out the right pass in the middle. Hicks got on the end of it. Unfortunately, not quite, left, right enough with the goalie, but Collier also did a good job being in the right place, making the save.
So this one goes out on the far side. We'll have a throw-in. And we'll also have a substitution. Ladeau will check in. You got it. 804 338 0478. So great defense here again, and we can talk about the goals and the setups here, Rory, but the key to this one has just been the defense, the swarming defense that Rose-Hulman's put together. Every time Bluffton turns to try to get something in their offensive zone, it's like 2 or 3 defenders there every time for the Engineers.
Good defense, and then once the ball's won back, that first pass out, finding someone with a little bit of time and a little bit of space. So
Gibson off to the races, tries to pop it up there for her 6'2" counterpart. And Kyra Hicks just sends it a little bit too much. And Haley Thorne will check in for Bluffton here on RHIT.TV, the HCAC, powered by IndianaSRN. On a beautiful Saturday afternoon. Got one more for you. It'll be the boys' turn to take to the turf on their senior afternoon. Looking to match what the ladies have done here so far with 21 to go, leading 3-0. Defended nicely there by Rose-Hulman. Clark finding Gibson. Gibson with a nice ball to Hicks. And all 6'2" of Hicks gets the corner. See what she can do with it. Boots it.
Great save.
And a great save there by Collier with the initial bounce off the hands. But, man, the speed shown there by Kyra Hicks. She had another good look at it.
Yeah, great play by her, turning the corner and keeping the ball at her feet. Good shot as well. Collier just stood strong. That's all you can ask of a goalkeeper.
Boots it away. And here comes Rose-Hulman again. So Kira doing a great job staying aggressive here after that first goal in that first half. She's had two really good looks at it here late in this second half. And she really showed off the speed on that last one, getting the edge, getting some space, just missing it. And a great save as mentioned by Collier. .20 to play. Gibson tries to boot it forward, just missed it. But here comes that defense. Rose-Hulman right back to take possession. And Adams tries to find Hicks, and just a little bit too much.
Great turn by Adams again in the midfield. Taking the ball from the sideline, turning towards the center, finding the right pass. Just a bit strong for Hicks to get on the end of.
So Bluffton trailing 3-0 here, 18 to go. Obviously a major sense of urgency coming.
If you're Bluffton, I mean, you know this goal kick's going longer than it had been in the first half. You really want to push those midfielders and those forwards up, push the defenders up with them. Get that second ball. It's not about the first ball. It's always about the second ball. Make sure that wherever that second ball goes, you've got to be there to collect it.
Snyder Perez will check in for the first time. Next dead ball. Hicks boots it. Bluffton looking to get something going downfield. Haven't been able to do so. With just 2 shots on goal. And at what point, Rory, with 17:35 to go, maybe get some of your seniors out, get them a nice standing ovation, and get some of these. Although this is a very young team, a lot of sophomores play on this team. Maybe getting those reserves some opportunities and some looks here.
Sure. I mean, you always need depth. You're heading into the tournament here soon. I think getting everybody as many minutes as you can is always going to be helpful.
As Sienna Jones, the freshman, gets ready to check in for the first time. Out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. All over the map here for Rose-Hulman. You know, just shows that the program that they're building here and the success that they have. I mean, you're pulling girls from Oregon, Texas, North Carolina, California, Minnesota, Kansas. Just shows that they're ready to win here. They're ready to make some noise in the tournament coming up here in just a few short weeks. believe early November, depending on seeding, is where we'll see these Lady Fighting Engineers in the HCAC tournament. Riley Hastley going to check in as well.
Collier's really done a good job for Bluffton all game of anticipating that ball that's just going a little bit too long for the forwards, being there, picking that up.
And honestly, 2 or 3 of those goals, you really wasn't much you can do with it. You got your hand on one that went in from deep. But a nice job from both goalkeepers. We really haven't talked too much about Lily Dore, and we really haven't had to with just the 2 shots on goal.
Not yet. She might get a chance here.
And Bluffton turns and fires it into the woods.
It's a great try from Nina McGinn. Trying to get something going, receives the ball with her back to goal, takes it out right, and gets a fortuitous bounce and takes the shot, unfortunately, a bit too strong.
So a mass exodus here. Ella Johnson will check out. Mark Horde, who's played pretty much this entire game, checks out, as does Garcia, the freshman. Done a great job in that defensive position. And we'll have a boot here. Bluffton takes it right back, goes right back to Rose-Hulman. 15 to play. Always good as a coach to have some sophomores out here getting some valuable time, some playing time, some senior leaders. This is a team, as we know, Rory, is really set up to have a chance here in this HCAC tournament to make some noise.
Yeah, currently sitting 4th in the standings going into today. Opportunity maybe to climb a spot or 2 with these last couple games. Earn that home field advantage at least in the first round. You certainly want to go into the tournament winning. You won last week against Franklin. You're up 3-0 today. Would like to take a 3-game winning streak into the tournament and have that confidence and that momentum moving forward.
And speaking of winning, we'll have the boys next, where the Rose-Hulman Fighting Engineers have an all-time record against Bluffton of 18-0.
It's hard to be much better than that.
Yeah, you don't want to be that senior class that puts up that first one in the loss column. So I think we'll see the men's team really bring it here this afternoon, as well as they get ready for the HCAC tournament here in a little over a week and a half. Here comes Rose with an opportunity. Tries to center it. Doesn't quite get enough. As we're getting bee fever here. Don't get stung down there. Come on, Chuck.
I got ladybugs and stink bugs.
Ladybugs are good luck. We don't need a stand-by-me situation, so nobody's getting stung. Somebody must have a Mountain Dew down there below us or something. Maybe spilled a little sugar. Oh, well, that's always good. Ladybugs are fine. Speaking of ladybugs, Rory, have you ever seen the movie Ladybugs? One of my personal favorites with Rodney Dangerfield.
Can't say I have.
It's about a girls' soccer team, and they dress up a boy on the team, and it's hilarious.
Probably second best soccer movie after Bend It Like Beckham.
There you go. Opportunity here, but overruns it. Bluffton was on the run, and the 50-50 ball belongs to Rose-Hulman. Might have had a chance there to send a boot for the first goal of the afternoon, but it didn't quite work out. And with 12:30 to play, Rose-Hulman with the chance to go up 4.
Nina McGinn, again, trying to get on the end of that. Just couldn't quite make the connection happen, but looked like kind of the first sliver of space behind the defense there that we've seen in quite a while for Bluffton. We'll see if they can create another opportunity or 2 in the last 10 minutes or so here.
Yeah, I don't know what's a hornet or a bee or a ladybug anymore at this point. So if you hear some swinging or you hear me fall off of this the setup we got.
You know how in those movies you see those scenes where the hornet's nest or the bees come after you and you think that'll never happen in real life?
Yeah, well, this is it. This is the personal heck if you don't like bees, I can tell you that. Can't thank Rose-Hulman enough, though. This is the second time I've done a game here. A beautiful campus, beautiful university, and some contact there. Nothing going to be called. We got two girls down, one for Rose, one for Bluffton.
Yeah, that was a bit of a missed call there from the ref.
Yeah, why don't we go ahead and take a quick break here as we sort this out. You're watching college soccer on RHIT.TV, where Rose-Hulman leads 3-0.
You're good at keeping the car clean. We're good at your insurance.
Start with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, online, over the phone, or in person. And stop knocking on wood.
So I stopped in at Chick-fil-A for lunch and saw Officer Wilson come in. I decided to place a dine-in mobile order and have a cookie delivered to him just to show appreciation for his service for our community.
A few minutes later, I noticed that Officer Wilson had gotten up and left, and I knew he hadn't gotten his cookie yet.
And I'm headed to my car. I turn around and I see Allie, and she's running after me.
Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Police Officer.
Usually when someone yells, officer, officer, they want to ask me about a ticket they got. I absolutely wanted the cookie. This cookie is delicious.
So both ladies have walked out under their own power here with 11:24 to go in this first of two Rose-Hulman contest for you here on RHIT.TV, the HCAC powered by IndianaSRN. It's been all fighting engineers in the ladies contest. Tony down here, Rory Billing with you. What's impressed you the most here so far by the ladies of Rose-Hulman?
Well, you could say the lady fighting engineers have been all over the ball the way these ladybugs are all over us right now in this game. But yeah, I think it's really flooding to the ball anytime the ball passes over. Anytime you lose possession, getting right back on possession, not really giving opportunities for Bluffton to control the ball with time. And then really quality of passing in the defensive and midfield thirds, finding the right pass, finding the right lady to your left or right. It's really been the name of the game here, and then obviously, a couple of good connections on the end. You've seen the strategy really been push the ball down the sides, cross it in the middle, look for your bigger attackers, use that height advantage, and manage to get a couple.
So a quick sub here as Allison Kester checks in with 11 to go. Bluffton on the run here. Nice move. Goes Ramirez to the corner. Batted around. Defended nicely, but we'll have a corner here.
Okay, well done from Carly Ramirez, taking the ball to the corner, earning that corner kick. Nice move around the left side. You want to see Brittany Ramirez now. Get this ball past that first post. Give the attack an opportunity to run onto it and try to put one in the back of the net.
So Ramirez sends it, has some air on it, bending, and just over the back of the net there. So she tried to do it all herself, just came up a bit short.
Can't blame her. It was almost there. She had the opportunity, just a little bit too high, a little bit too far left.
So we'll see the boot here into the wind.
Those are always so tough, those corners for a goalie, because you're expecting the ball to go out into the middle of the box, and then you're expecting to try to defend against a ball coming right back at you. And so when you have one kind of coming over like that, you're not sure if it's going to win the back corner. Really challenging to kind of, make a different decision there and go cover that off.
So this one controlled by Bluffton, shoots it towards the goal on a little one-hopper. And Doré controls it easily, under 10 to play. Rose-Hulman will continue a few more check-ins. Kayla Geyer. Boots it on out of here. So substitutions coming.
Good job by Kate Burden staying on the ball.
So Geyer will check in, as will Shabua. There's a lot of subs here, a lot of girls getting some time on senior day as we get a good look here. Checking out Kyra Hicks. She's got to be our Aspen Creek Grill player of the game there, Rory, with that nice goal to get things started in the first half.
Absolutely. Getting that first goal, super critical. Great diving header for Kira in the box in the first half. Gives you a sense of comfortability, allows you to grow into the rest of the game. Has had some good chances in the second half as well. We saw her use her feet, pretty effectively a few times. Great game from the senior.
Always good to score a goal on senior night. 8 to play. As Rose-Hulman looks to move to 7-3-4, 5-2 in conference play. Had an opportunity there for an exclamation point.
You see her eyes light up on that one. I believe that was Sarah Shibuya coming into the game, immediately having a crack on goal.
Heasley tries one, but it goes way wide of the net. So good opportunities there. Can't find the back of the goal.
There's a little more exciting than standing on the edge of the penalty area, seeing a ball bounce up at exactly foot height, ready to strike, with no one directly in front of you. Those are the best opportunities in soccer. That's what gets you on SportsCenter.
So Rose with a few substitutions for the Engineers. Getting those subs some quality time here. 7 minutes to do it.
Appreciate the hustle there from Nina McGinn, tracking the ball down. You still got 7 minutes left in this game. Going to be extremely difficult to come back from a 3-0 deficit, but love to see the effort. It's obviously not over till it's over. And if you are going to come back into this one, you're going to need a little bit of luck. So maybe the goalkeeper mishandles. Maybe there's just a little bit of an issue with the distribution out to the backfield. That's what you're looking for there.
So another collision. Rose will save it. Opportunity maybe for a fourth goal here. Center. Second chance. Geyer can't control it. And a great job there by Bluffton to get it out of the way. And Hastley says, send this thing to the moon. Great job, as always, by Chuck and Justin as well. A little bit of difficulties earlier. We're on the air, ready to go, and ready to bring you game number 2 here on RHIT.TV. Tony Donnie, Rory Billing with you, 5:50 to play. Senior day for the ladies. The Fighting Engineers with a 3-0 lead. On the last home regular season game on the schedule, the Engineers still have an opportunity to possibly host in the tournament at least one game.
I believe if they win this game, they will host that first game. So
a deep opportunity here. Centered forward header. And a great job there. And it's a handball. So the shutout is in question. Riley Hastley with the handball. We'll take another look at it. It was close.
Was close. I think the correct call, but we'll see it here in a second. Great ball in from the right wing. Really dangerous ball in. Clears the keeper to the back post. Came right off of her. It looked like her, I think, right forearm there. Tough if you're the defender. There's not too much you can do. The ball comes down. It's the right call, but there's really nothing you can do about that.
So Burden here with the opportunity to. So is headed into her hand. I believe she got a red card. So she'll check out.
That would be from denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity there.
Yeah.
Again, not intentional, but if it prevents that goal.
So Burden puts it in, and Bluffton on the board. There will be no shutout here for the third straight season for Rose-Hulman against Bluffton. And as we talked about this at the 18-minute mark, Rory. You're more than likely out of it, but maybe you need some luck, maybe a ball that bounced your right way. A little bit of luck there leads to the goal kick and the score. to make it 3-1, the advantage for Rose-Hulman with 5:15 to play.
Absolutely. Beautiful penalty taken there from Burden. Knew exactly what she was going to do. Sent the goalkeeper going right, going the wrong way.
So now the subs for Rose-Hulman saying, you know what, we want to get this back to a 3-0. 5 minutes to play. A couple balls bouncing Bluffton's way here late in this one.
I mean, we saw Tottenham score 2 in the last 4 minutes in the Premier League a few weeks ago to pull out a win from 1-0 down. So certainly not out of the question.
You never know with these ladybugs. A movie we're going to make Rory watch.
Guess that's on the list now.
A Rodney Dangerfield classic.
When did that movie come out?
Probably like 1992.
Yeah, so you were probably old enough to watch it, and I was too young. So there you go.
It's a great one.
Age jokes.
Clark has it, and then back over to Geyer. Geyer sends it to Clark, and Clark boots it deep. 50-50 ball in the air here. Never know on the bounce, and Bluffton does a good job to bat it away defensively.
Yeah, good job from Rose off the penalty, taking that kickoff, going down the field, getting possession back into their offensive third, taking the pressure off a little bit.
4 minutes to play.
You know, kind of trying to squeeze the life out of this game.
On the run comes Bluffton.
Maya Vernon picking the ball up there for Bluffton, trying to find a pass on the right sideline. Unfortunately for her, kicks off for a Rose throw-in.
As always, I want to thank some of our sponsors, the Morales Group, Piper Logistics, Boilermaker 374, Aspen Creek Grill. Don't forget to sign up for the Drumstick Dash.
I've run that. Have you?
No, and I actually had a girl that I was dating want to run it, and I was like, well, this is probably the end of us. It's probably where I send you on your way. I have not.
Even if you walk it, Wheeler Mission. Obviously, great
absolutely.
Cause. All the dollars go to a good place. Your money spends the same whether you walk it or run it. So
this is true. Unfortunately, being from 2 hours away, I'm normally not here on Thanksgiving. Bluffton, the opportunity here in the corner. The second time here in the last 6 or 7 minutes. They'll have a throw in, 2:30 to go. Rory, more than likely not going to be a win, but you've got to like the aggression here of Bluffton late in this one. There's another opportunity here in the box. But impressive aggression here to get downfield, find the back of the net on the penalty kick, but also, they've really shown in this second half that they can move the ball deep and give themselves at least an opportunity for a goal.
Yeah, I mean, you can see how much the wind matters. You're with the wind, you're down 2-0. Against the wind, you're down 2-0. With the wind, it's a 1-1 draw here in the second half. Yeah. So I do think that's a huge factor. Really love to see them fight until the last whistle here. Great job, nicking one towards the end of time. Good fight there on the sidelines.
Maybe one last push here for Rose with an opportunity. And India Clark tried to slice that one in. Grazes by the post. And with 1:20, we'll see if the Beavers try for one more push. 7 shots on goal, 6 of those coming here in the second half, Roy. That really shows that aggression we were just talking about.
Absolutely. It's desperation time now for Bluffton, though. You just got to kick the ball forward and hope at this point, really.
1 minute remaining in the match.
India.
And India was definitely...
Clark wins the penalty there.
Clark
it's a good
gets
way to
pushed.
take a few seconds off.
And we go under a minute.
That's always smart. Receive the ball with your back to goal. Wait for the defender. Know that they're coming. Take the contact. Ball over.
Are you trying to find something here with 44 seconds to go? Maybe boot it up.
Absolutely.
See if you can find fodder down low. Here it is. It's got distance.
Ooh.
Woo! And we will see. They're looking for a ball. No, you cannot. You sure can't.
I think that call might have been offsides.
Yeah, I think it was offsides. They were waiting for a ball with 10 seconds.
Oh, here we go. Can we get
see.
one in the first half?
Oh, just ran out of space, and that's how this one will end.
I thought we might see 2 buzzer beaters in 2 halves. That would have been incredible.
A hard-fought effort on both sides this afternoon as the leaves fall here on the campus of Rose-Hulman University. We're on Senior Day. The ladies with a 3-1 win over the Bluffton Beavers. 3-1 your final here as Rose-Hulman moves to 7-3-4, 5-2 in conference play, and a 6-0-2 record at home. We'll have your second half of your doubleheader coming up here. Again, final. The ladies of Rose-Hulman with a 3-1 win. You're watching college soccer from Rose-Hulman University on RHIT.TV, part of the HCAC.TV network, brought to you by IndianaSRN. We'll be back with the boys contest coming up shortly.